you are currently looking at an empty bracket that will soon be filled with the field of 68. And in 1 hour from now, we're going to challenge you to go to ESPN.com to fill it out. But for now, we will say greetings and hello from Bristol. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Not a single one of us got the memo.
Yeah.
Get ready for the Regional 1 in Albany, maybe the least intriguing of all of the 1 seeds. Charlie, your number 1 overall seed. I know this is going to shock you, but it is the undefeated South Carolina Gamecocks. They are your number 1 overall seed. 4th straight year as a 1 seed, and you see the celebration right there.
Here's the thing, just because we all knew this was coming, it doesn't make it any less impressive what South Carolina has been able to do. 7 players over 8 points, the depth, the speed, the skill, the athleticism. They've got inside play, they've got outside play. They have 3-point shooting. I can't find a hole when I look at this South Carolina team. It's been remarkable.
They'll put their 32-game win streak up against the test when they face in the first round the winner of Sacred Heart Pioneers and Presbyterian, who are making their very first NCAAW tournament appearance, their first 20-win season since joining Division I. Those two will battle out for a chance to face South Carolina in that first round. All right, you ready for the 8-9 matchup? Your 8 seed, North Carolina Tar Heels, making their 29th NCAA tournament appearance. They lost 3 of their last 4 games entering the tournament. They will face number 9 seeded Michigan State. 22 wins, the program's most in a season since 2015-16. You see the reaction there.
Look, that's going to be a great battle between those two. Similar styles, up and down. Congratulations.
Moving on to Regional 1 in Albany, your 4-13 matchup. Number 4, Indiana. 4th straight year as a 4 seed or higher. Prior to that stretch, they'd never been a 4 seed or higher. You see the reaction. It takes a second. There's a little bit of a delay.
Wait for it.
There it is. Yes. They're facing Fairfield. That's who they're facing, the Fairfield Stags. Their 6th NCAA tournament appearance. They have a 29-game win streak, 2nd longest active win streak in D1, only trailing the aforementioned South Carolina.
Congratulations to Carly Tebow and her staff and the entire team for the NCAA tournament.
All right. How about your 5-12 matchup? Number 5 seed Oklahoma Sooners. 3rd straight season with 20-plus wins, their longest 20-win streak since going 3 straight from 2014 to 17. You know, last year was all about the gritty. I think we saw it no less than 45 times. A very, muted response to these ladies this year. They're kind of enjoying themselves and relaxing. They'll face Florida Gulf Coast as a 12 seed in the Regional 1 in Albany. They also were a 12 seed last year. They beat a 5 seed Washington State in the round of 64, so certainly Oklahoma on upset alert there. Do they realize that we called on them yet? Yeah. Florida Gulf, there you go. Your 3-14 matchup in Regional 1 in Albany is Oregon State. 5th time as a 3 seed or higher, 6-6 against AP-ranked teams this season. And as the 14th seed, they'll be facing Eastern Washington Eagles.
You see how Oregon State stands up? All the size,
all at the same time. There's so much of that.
It's unbelievable.
And there you go. Look at the reaction from the Eagles here. 29 wins, program's single season record, most in Big Sky history. Congratulations, Lady Youth are dancing.
Oregon State, like you said, Drea, they've got size, and Reagan Beard's back inside in the middle. They can shoot the 3, spread the floor, and they're very disciplined.
Outstanding defensive team who controls tempo.
Let's get your 6-11 matchup in the Regional 1 in Albany. It's Nebraska. 6-2 in their last 8 games entering the NCAA tournament. Made it to the Big Ten championship game. Lost, of course, to Iowa in OT. They'll be facing as the 11 seed the Texas A&M Aggies. 2nd season under Joni Taylor. What a matchup.
Look at this. This is the loudest scream that we have. This is an A&M team that competed with South Carolina in the SEC tournament. If they can build off of that momentum, carry it into the tournament, they can be on the lookout for some good things.
That's the reaction of a team that wasn't sure they were getting in.
Yeah.
Certainly our 2-15 matchup. Notre Dame knew they were getting in, especially after winning the ACC tournament their first time under Coach Neil Ivey. They are your 2 seed in Regional 1 in Albany, and they'll be facing Kent State Golden Flash, who are making their 2nd straight 20-win season.
And in terms of Notre Dame, interested to find out what Kylie Walker.
They've certainly had to learn how to overcome injuries in the NCAA tournament. Your 7-10 matchup, number 7, Ole Miss Rebels. Made the Sweet 16 last year as an 8 seed. It was the first time making the Sweet 16 since 07.
very intrigued by a possible Ole Miss Notre Dame round 2 game. I know I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've got to start thinking about, even as we get into the weekend, next weekend, and this one could be a really, really good round 2.
But who's the 10 seed?
Correct. Their opponent may have something to say about that. Your 10 seed Marquette Golden
Marquette said,
Eagles.
hold on now.
Hold on now. You got to get past us. There we go. We love it. The Regional 2 in Albany. And your 1 seed is the Iowa Hawkeyes.
And Iowa has gone 6 straight games winning after they had their last loss to Indiana. They're piecing it together. Yes, Caitlin Clark is lighting it up, but the other pieces also have contributed as well, and they're looking to get back to a Final Four.
And they'll be facing either as the 16 seed in the first 4 in, Holy Cross Crusaders or UT Martin Skyhawks. Holy Cross only won in tournament game, came against Maryland back in 1991. As for UT Martin, there you go. You see the celebration. Your 8-9 matchup. 8, West Virginia Mountaineers. 15th NCAA tournament appearance. Haven't made it past the second round since 1992. We see it. Okay. I was hoping they'd take the challenge for the dance and get after it. Okay, I like it. It's picking up, and they'll face 9-seeded Princeton Tigers.
There's the excitement. And I know I'm doing this again. I'm jumping to round 2, so my apologies to those round 1 opponents. But Princeton, Iowa in round 2, a Caitlin versus Caitlin matchup. Caitlin Chen of Princeton is a very, very good guard.
So there is your 8-9 matchup in Regional 2 in Albany. We move on to the 4-13, an interesting one in terms of where they would land. Your 4-seed Kansas State Wildcats making their 18th NCAA tournament appearance. You see the reaction there, Charlie. They were a little bit on the bubble for you in terms of whether they'd be in the top 16.
They're going to get to host now, and those Manhattan fans, the K-State faithful, they bring it. That should be a very exciting atmosphere.
Certainly the 13th seed that they'll face Portland Pilots know a thing or two about disappointing the fan bases. They just upset Gonzaga. They earned their ticket here. Second straight win Portland. We move on to your 5-12 matchup in Regional 2 in Albany. And your 5 seed, the Colorado Buffaloes. They were a 6 seed in last year's tournament. They lost in the Sweet 16 to 2-seeded Iowa. But their 3rd straight season with 20-plus wins.
Listen, I talked about Colorado. What was this, one of the game days that we had where the schedule that they had to go through at the end of Pac-12 play was brutal. I felt like Colorado just needed a little reset. We're going to see a lot from them in the tournament. I fully believe it.
And they'll face today's Missouri Valley champion, 12-seeded Drake Bulldogs. They're riding a 14-game win streak. That's the 10th longest active win streak in D1. And again, they won the Missouri Valley Championship. So they will face Colorado in the first round as we continue through the Regional 2 bracket in Albany. And we move on now to your 3-14 matchup. 3rd seed, the LSU Tigers.
What?
The defending champs, the 3 seed. CP, your reaction here?
Look, LSU is playing some of their best basketball. I don't think anybody in that bracket wants to see them when you've got to face an Angel Reese, a Michaela Williams, and a Nisa Morrow. And if last year Poa is back healthy, listen, LSU is going to be a team to have to reckon with.
I would love to know what's going on in Kim Mulkey's mind right now.
She's wearing her green, though. She's wearing her
she's got her green on. She is ready. Maybe she's already scheming.
She's already thinking. She's like, okay, all right, here we go.
Well, Coach, let's answer one thing for you. Who you'll be playing? 14-seeded Rice Owls. First NCAA tournament appearance since 2019 for the Owls.
I love the celebration. I love it.
Look at the hug. Have you seen the hugs yet? That is so precious.
I love that.
We move right along to your 6-11 matchup. Your 6 seed, the Louisville Cardinals. Under Jeff Wall's 17th season. They've got 3 of the top 5 leading scorers this season, transferred to Louisville this season, a team that's been here before. They'll face as the 11 seed Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders, 21st NCAA tournament appearance. Last time they won a tournament game, 2007, so certainly they'll be upset-minded when they face Louisville. Moving on to your 2-15 matchup in the Regional 2 in Albany, and your 2-seeded UCLA Bruins. highest seed in program history.
Man, this region is simply a murderer's row, but UCLA has all of the pieces to win a national championship. Yep. Lauren Betts is a huge key for them on both ends of the floor, but certainly experience, depth, shooting, and an inside game.
Their first round matchup will be the Cal Baptist Lancers. It's their first NCAA tournament appearance. Congratulations.
Welcome to the tournament.
Welcome to the dance, ladies. Put your dancing shoes on.
They have the jumping shoes on right now.
They certainly are. Congratulations. What a matchup for you. What a moment. As we continue on the Regional 2 bracket in Albany with your 7-10 matchup, it will be number 7, Creighton. Their 10th NCAA tournament appearance. They were a 6th seed in last year's tournament, losing in the round of 64 to Mississippi State. And they will be facing in the first round your 10-seeded UNLV Rebels. 3rd straight NCAA tournament appearance for the Rebels, seeking their first win in the tournament since 1991.
Got your back.
So Southern. Albany. All right, let's reveal your next 1 seed is the USC Trojans. Their first time as a 1 seed since 1986.
What a testament to the job Lindsey Gottlieb has done there and to the star quality of Juju Watkins. This is a complete team, but Juju Watkins is the next star in women's college basketball.
She's even said they're maybe a little ahead of schedule from where they thought that they would be, but certainly so exciting. 12-1 since February 1st. That's the 2nd best win percentage by a major conference team since then. South Carolina 13-0. They'll face Texas A&M Corpus Christi, who's making their very first NCAA tournament appearance. Let's go.
They're in Texas. They got shorts on.
Super jelly. Shout out to the Islanders. They'd be looking for Southland's first NCAA tournament win since Stephen F. Austin upset Xavier back in 2000. Now for your 8-9 matchup in Regional 3 in Portland. And your 8 seed is Kansas. 9-2 in their last 11 games, so a hot streak as they enter the NCAA tournament. They're facing your 9-seeded Michigan Wolverines, making their 12th tournament appearance. They lost in the 2nd round last year, but made it to the Elite 8 back in 2022. We move right along to your 4-13 matchup in Regional 3 in Portland. Number 4, Virginia Tech. 2nd straight year as a 4 seed or higher. They were a 1 seed last year. There were certainly some questions, Charlie, about whether they would be impacted with their seeding with the questionable availability for Liz Kitley, who was injured in the regular season, the last game of it. But it did not seem to impact them as of now. We'll get into that more in just a second. They'll be facing 13-seeded Marshall, making their 2nd NCAA tournament appearance, first Sun Belt title. 26 wins this season, a program record. Congratulations, lady. Move on to your 5-12 matchup in the Regional 3 in Portland. That's the Baylor Bears. They were a 7th seed in last year's tournament. 3-time national champs, of course, under Kim Mulkey, and won 6 of their last 7 games. They're certainly coming in hot themselves. They'll face, as the 12th seed, Vanderbilt or Columbia. Vanderbilt, 22 wins this season, the program's most since 2011. And Columbia making their first NCAA tournament appearance, one of 2 Ivy League teams to make the tournament this season. Congratulations, they'll be one of the first 4.
That might be the spiciest play-in game so far.
You think so?
Yeah. If you know, you know. Just if you know, you know.
And Columbia, Texas A&M right now are tied for best reaction.
Yeah.
I like that you're keeping track of that, please, for our reaction
For 1
meter.
seeds as far as reaction.
We move on in the Regional 3 in Portland for your 3-14 matchup and your 3rd seed, the UConn Huskies. 31st time being a 3 seed or higher. We remember, of course, our Elite 8 streak was stopped last year, but what do you make of UConn being a 3 seed?
It's tournament time, and Paige Beckers, look, you don't care what number you put in front of UConn, she is going to be ready to play. When you look at the way she was a terror through the Big East tournament, woo!
Woo is right, says Jackson State, who will be facing UConn, although Jackson State coming in with a 21-game win streak. That's also tied for the 4th longest active win streak. They will be dancing.
And bring the trophy
Yes,
to the party.
Bring the ticket. And your number 6 seed is the Syracuse Orange. 2nd straight 20-win season. And of course, they've got Deja Fair, who you love.
Yeah, and this is the thing. When you talk about this is, again, skipping. Syracuse has to get through somebody. UConn has to get through Jackson State. But when I think about Nika Mule, two-time biggest defensive player of the year, going up against Deja Fair, one of the best buckets in the game, that one's exciting for me.
An interesting note, those two teams met in a closed-door scrimmage before the season started, so those teams have seen one another.
Those dang closed-door scrimmages.
Open those doors.
As for who they'll play, they don't exactly know yet. It will either be the Auburn Tigers or the Arizona Wildcats, who will be in the first 4 game. Auburn, first 20-win season since 2018-19. Arizona, 7th seed in last year's tournament. They lost to 2-seeded Maryland in the round of 32. They will back down.
Exactly.
They like a defensive matchup.
Game of the 50s.
That is your I love the prediction. That's your 6-11 matchup. We move on to the 2-15 matchup in Regional 3 in Portland. The 2-seeded Ohio State Buckeyes.
JT Sheldon.
Yeah.
Cody McMahon. They bring that full court pressure.
They do. Outright Big Ten regular season champs for the first time since 2017-18. I can't tell if they're thrilled or not. I hope so, ladies.
No, they got a little chip on their shoulder. We know what happened. They got a little chip on their shoulder. They're on come ready.
They will play number 15 seeded Maine Black Bears. 10th NCAA tournament appearance. Last time they won a tournament game back in 1999. They'll see if they can pull the upset over Ohio State. That your 2-15 matchup. We move on in the Regional 3 in Portland. Your 7-10 matchup. Number 7 seeded Duke. They were a 3 seed in last year's tournament.
They're doing hard better.
Jane took the words right out of my
They'll
mouth.
face the 10-seeded Richmond Spiders. First conference tournament championship since 1991. They won the Atlantic 10. And you see the reaction there. They got the trophy, too. I love the trophy flex. And we will do that as we reveal in Regional 4 in Portland. Your 1 seed is the Texas Longhorns. A 1 seed for the first time since 2004.
Texas is such a tough defensive team. They gave Iowa State all they could handle in the Big 12 championship game. Didn't let them complete passes, picked them up full court. And they are powered now by Madison Booker, the incredible freshman who can get to her spots on the floor, score on just about anybody, and celebrate with just about anybody.
Yes, get it.
A fierce squad.
First, be facing the Drexel Dragons as the 16th seed in the first round. Will be looking for their first NCAA tournament win. So congratulations to Texas. You are, in fact, that final 1 seed in Regional 4 in Portland. Your 8-9 matchup. Number 8, Alabama Crimson Tide. 13th NCAA tournament appearance, made 3 of the last 4. 23 wins is the program's most since the 1997-98 season. Congratulations to Bama. You'll be dancing with number 9, Florida State. 7th seed in last year's tournament. They lost to Georgia in the round of 65. That your 8-9 matchup as we continue through the Regional 4 in Portland. Number 4, Gonzaga, the highest seed by a West Coast team in tournament history. 4 players, first team all West Coast.
And they're getting to host, so despite losing in the WCC championship game to Portland, Gonzaga still gets to play first and second round games in Spokane.
I've played out there in Washington during my time at Tennessee. We took an Elle to Maryland. That place gets loud. Those fans go crazy. That is going to be a really tough place to play.
This is an interesting angle.
The loss.
Yeah, I lost. My heart, now I'm hot.
And they'll be playing a team making their first tournament appearance since 1995, number 13, UC Irvine. There's a reaction. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I need some Anteaters swag, I think.
They are riding a 6-game win streak, won all 6 of them by double digits, so they've been beating up on teams, and they dance now with Gonzaga in the first round. As for your 5-12 matchup in Regional 4 in Portland, number 5, Utah Utes, making their 3rd straight tournament appearance, and they'll be facing 12-seeded South Dakota State, one of 2 Division I teams to have a 20-plus game win streak in each of the last 2 seasons.
We have a potential really interesting second-round matchup if Utah advances to face Gonzaga. These are 2 teams that take a lot of threes, play really fast. They combine to make 20 threes per game.
Congratulations to your 5-12 matchup. We move on to our 3-14 matchup. Number 3, NC State. A 3-seed higher for the 4th time in the last 5 years. Tons of defense there, and they'll be facing, there we go. We see, there's the gritty. Finally, ladies, y'all got the assignment. Let's go. 15-seeded Chattanooga. a 16 seed in last year's tournament, seeking their first tournament win since 2004. Congratulations to the Southern champion Chattanooga Mocs. That your 3-14 matchup. We move on to the 6-11 matchup. Number 6, Lady Vols, Tennessee. 41 previous tournament appearance, 39-2 in their first game.
Yeah, and this is a Tennessee team that has shown incredible promise, especially when they play South Carolina. That is the type of performance and energy they have to carry into the tournament against every opponent, not just the Gamecocks.
Don't give them your bad luck
You hear
from
me,
Portland.
Tennessee. I know you hear me.
And they'll be facing the Horizon champion, number 11 seeded Green Bay Phoenix. It's a tiny bit pixelated. We see you standing, ladies. We see that you're excited, and we can hear you more than we can see you. Congratulations, that 6-11 matchup. As for your 2-15 matchup, we saw the reaction there. They weren't a 1 seed, but Stanford a 2 seed in Regional 4 in Portland. 100 tournament wins, the third most all time behind only UConn and Tennessee. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Look, you don't think a coach going to have their team motivated?
Correct.
Tar Vanderveer is going to have the Cardinal ready.
And they'll be facing the MEAC champion at 15, Norfolk State Spartanettes, riding a 15-game win streak. That's tied for the 7th longest active win streak in D1 right now. There you go. Get the camera. Look at yourself on the Calmetta.
One guard at Norfolk State is Diamond Johnson. Played at Rutgers.
Yeah.
Played at NC State in the NCAA tournament. Now she's with the Spartans.
As for your 7-10 matchup in Regional 4 in Portland, 7-seeded Iowa State. They won 6 of their last 7 games, lost to Texas in the Big 12 tournament title game. You see the reaction. Oh, they brought the cute factor with the kids, too. And they'll be facing the Maryland Terrapins, who won 18 straight games in the first round, have not lost in the first round since 2001. See the reaction there from the Terps. Congratulations to your 7-10 matchup. And again, we take a full look at Regional 4 in Portland. The bracket, Charlie.